All right, good evening, everyone. The mayor, as you can see, is not here this evening. However, she is going to join us by way of telephone. So at this time, I'm going to ask that we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then you will hear from the mayor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'm going to call on Mayor Calabrese.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you helping out. I am out of town for work right now. Sorry, I'm out of the county for work right now, and so I can't be present. But I did want to ask and point out that when we get to item number 8A regarding the collection and disposal of residential garbage, I would ask that we table that item and we call a special meeting. I think that it's just that's one of our largest expenditures. I think it's too important. I think we need to have more public, more information, more education and public input and more notice. So I'm going to ask that be tabled and we can call a special meeting on October 9th or whatever date is appropriate. We'll talk to the manager about that. So at any rate, again, it's difficult for me to participate by phone. I'm not available due to work right now, but I do appreciate whenever you get to item 8B, I'm sorry. 8A, I appreciate that. And thank you so much, Councilwoman Sapp. I appreciate you conducting the meeting.
Absolutely, Mayor. Thank you so much. And your council, your meeting's in good hands with your council. Thank you.
Did everybody from the public hear what the mayor said? Excellent.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to announce that the mayor is no longer on the call. The call has been disconnected. And to those of you who are watching by way of YouTube, good evening, and thank you so much for joining our council meeting this evening. And to you who are here live in the audience, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come out and see what's going on in your municipality. All right. Roll call.
Councilor Fascio.
Here.
Councilman Brodnicki.
Here.
Councilwoman Sapp.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Pecora is not present.
Okay. All right, may I get a motion to approve item number 4, approving the minutes of August 21st, 2023 council meeting?
Councilwoman Sapp,
Yes, Councilman Brodnicki?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes of August 21st, 2023 council meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Minutes have been approved. Any comments?
all in favor?
All in favor? All in favor? Any comments from the public?
We don't take.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Okay, so you can see I haven't done this in a little while. All right, well, your turn is coming.
Any against?
All right. Any nays? All right, minutes are approved
3-0.
for August 21st, 2023 council meeting. All right, may I get a motion to receive the ratifications of expenditures?
Councilwoman Sapp,
Councilwoman?
I'd like to make a motion that we ratify expenditures in the amount of $2,109,338.50.
Can I get a motion? A second?
Second.
Any comment from the audience? Any comment from council?
No.
Okay. Item number, all in favor of 5A?
Roll call.
Roll call. Look, I have two
Council-
people messing me up. Roll call.
Councilman Brodnicki.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sapp.
Yes.
Councilor Fascio.
Yes.
Expenses approved. Next on the agenda is the section reserved for public comment for those residents that want to address council on a non-agenda item, and they will be called in the order that they signed up. Please do keep in mind that there is a 3-minute limit on public comment for those individuals that signed up. And also keep in mind that that public comment period is your public comment period. It's not intended to be an interactive discussion with the audience or the board. It's your public comment. So with that, Felicia Harvey, if you are here this evening. Okay, she is not. So we'll move on to the next speaker. Leon Zyback. Good evening. You can speak closer.
Leon Zabak, 12733 Frankstown Road. I'm here this evening on behalf of the Penn Hills Rising Initiative. I'm a member of the Community Core team for the Penn Hills Rising Project, and our goal is to complete a community census in Penn Hills. This is started by the Penn Hills Community Development Corporation in partnership with 64 other organizations in Penn Hills. It's extremely important. What we're trying to do is we're connecting people to resources that can help them. If you complete the census, if you have things that you need help with, there are organizations in Penn Hills and there are county organizations that we can refer you to. If you would like to help and volunteer for things in Penn Hills, we can connect you to organizations that can help you, that you can get involved in so you can help other people. Then finally, the aggregate information is very important because when you tell us what you want improved, what you want changed, what you want to be better in Penn Hills, that information can be used to fund grants. We can get grant money and bring a lot of money into Penn Hills to solve issues or to make improvements and to make Penn Hills an even better place than it already is. We've been out in the community for months. We've knocked on thousands of doors. Our goal is to knock on every single door in Penn Hills. We're trying to finish this up by the end of the fall. If you have not done the census yet, and I know there are people who said they were going to do it and they haven't done it yet, please do it as soon as possible. It's very important. If you've ever wanted to voice your opinion, good or bad, if you've ever had a great idea, you need to speak up. We need to hear from you. Speak up today for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cecilia Gray.
Hi, everybody. Cecilia Gray, 321 Orange Street. Leon took all my words. But what I do have is some information. Starting October 11th through the end of November, we're going to have informational sessions about what the census is all about. A lot of people are worried about their information being used indiscretionally, where it's going. They don't want to do the census because it's just not going to lead anywhere. We're trying to get people to understand we are moving forward like other communities are in the same boat we are. So it'll be held Wednesdays, first at the library, and it'll alternate between the library and then Hebron Community Center. And the library will be late afternoons, and Hebron Community Center will be early evenings. And the times will be announced either through the newspaper or social media. We'll get it out there, trust me. Word of mouth is spreading very, very fast on this. The only thing I will say, for us doing this for 16 weeks, out of 20,000 homes in Penn Hills, we only have 520 completed census. So like Leon said, if you didn't do it already, please do so. I'm working right now with the Senior Citizen Center. I've been up there for two days this last week, and then I'll be there again Wednesday. We're also going to hit the Senior Citizen Residency. This isn't counting apartment buildings. So we have more people that we need to get there, and there's only 6 of us out here doing it. So by all means, get your neighbors, talk about it. The only way we're going to solve anything and move forward is to have discussions about it. So that was my spiel. Thank you, and y'all have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mayor, please have a motion to approve 7 on the agenda.
7A.
Councilwoman Sapp?
7A, please.
Councilwoman Sapp?
Yes, Councilman Brodnicki.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve change order 1 from Ecological Restoration in the amount of $20,117 for additional quantities for the Gascola Stream Restoration Project.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions from the audience?
Bill Lots, 1335 Maple Avenue. It's a really large change order. Can we expand on why it's needed and why the contractor who first put the bid out to begin with didn't have the correct amount of money that he needed? It sounds to me like somebody is a little bit lacking looking at what they had before they put the bids out, knowing that Penn Hills is going to go ahead and authorize any change order that he puts forward. I'm wondering if these guys are underbidding, knowing that they'll get the bid anyway. All they got to do is put a change order in. Thank you.
I actually think, thank you, Mr. Motz. I think it had to do with some delays in the permitting process, but I'll let our engineer maybe answer that.
Thank you. The issue at hand was the quantities increased. So the amount of restoration work that was to be done in the original contract ended up being more. And the reason for that is by the time the project was designed, now this was the restoration of a stream that had been heavily eroded and was collapsing. And this was part of a program to fix a sewer line as well as get credit for your pollution reduction plan. So that's the reason for the project. But by the time the project was designed and put out for bid and gone through the bid process, permitted, and then ultimately a contractor showing up to the site to work, there were several trees that fell down. The trees then changed the stream orientation, which damaged the stream even more than it had already been damaged. So that additional length of stream was repaired. There was no additional cost associated with the contractor other than he just did more quantity and was paid the same unit prices. So it wasn't underbid. He didn't claim unforeseen circumstances. He brought that to our attention as the designer. We looked at it and said it would have to be repaired, otherwise it would damage the new restoration work that was being installed. So it was just a matter of going above the actual contract amount. So for that reason, council requires that you go through the formal process of a change order to increase the contract amount by this amount so that the contract amount is not exceeded without the proper paperwork.
Any further comments from the audience? Any comments from council? I'd like to make a comment. So I just want to say that mayor and council only approve change orders after the research is done, questions are asked, and we find it necessary to do so. So there's never a change order that is approved on a whim. All of our change orders are always researched, looked at, and questioned. Roll call?
Councilwoman Sapp?
Yes.
Councilor Fascio?
Yes.
Councilman Brodnicki?
Yes.
Item 7A approved.
May I get a motion to approve item 7B?
Councilwoman,
Councilwoman Fascio?
thank you. Excuse me. I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2024 minimum municipal obligations for police and non-police pension plans in the amount of $3,145,719 for police and $260,494 for non-police.
May I get a second?
Second.
Any questions from the audience? Any questions from council? Because there are many viewers watching live, by way of YouTube, I am going to ask if our business manager would just give a brief description of item number 7B.
Sure. Thank you, Councilwoman Sapp. 7B is our pension bills for next year. And every year, we're required by law to tell the mayor and council and public how much our funding obligation is for the two defined benefit pension plans that we administer here at Penn Hills. One is for the police and one is for non-police. So those amounts that you see on the agenda, those numbers become part of our 2024 budget. And those are the contributions that we're required to make into those pension funds. We're required by law to make those. And I think in the case of the non-police, I think there is an increase in that going into next year. I think the police, not so much. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sherry, I think the police MMO is staying about level, but there is an increase in the other. So those numbers become part of our 2024 budget. And those are significant amounts that we need in order to make our budget. Those are some of the bigger items that we wait for every year in order to build our 2024 budget on the best information possible. So,
Thank you, Scott. Roll call?
Councilor Fascio,
Yes.
Councilman Brodnicki,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sapp.
Yes.
Okay, item 7B approved.
May I get a motion to approve agenda item 7C?
Councilwoman Sapp,
Councilman Brodnicki?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the tentative agreement with Teamsters Local 249 for 2024 to 2027.
May I get a second?
Second.
Any questions from the audience? Any questions from council? Roll call?
Councilor Fascio,
Yes.
Councilman Brodnicki,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sapp.
Yes.
Item 7C approved.
All right, we are going to move to resolution 8A, and the mayor in the beginning of the meeting already requested that we table this important agenda item so that we can have a special meeting with regards to this item number. So there will be no comment, no further comment on that. May I please have a motion to approve resolution numbers 8B?
Motion to table.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get a motion to table resolution
Councilwoman
8A.
Sapp.
Yes, Councilwoman Fascio.
I'd like to make a motion that we table Resolution 8A. Do I need to read it, Craig?
No.
Pending further public discussion.
Can I get a second?
A second.
Roll call?
Councilor Fascio,
Yes.
Councilman Brodnicki,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sapp.
Yes.
Item 8A tabled.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve resolution number 8B?
Councilwoman Sapp,
Councilman Brodnicki?
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Resolution 2023-38, approving a plan revision for new land development, a sewer tap-in at 7100 Salzburg Road.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any comment from the audience? Any comment from council? Roll call, please.
Councilman Brodnicki,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sapp.
Yes.
Councilor Fascio.
Yes.
Item 8B approved.
At this time, I'm going to ask if there are any comments from council. I'm going to start with Councilman Brodnicki.
Let's see, in the last week, attended the Rosedale Festival, and they had a great turnout. They do a great service to the area by holding it, and really appreciate that. Also, Sunday, I attended a video of the Garbage Olympics video, and I'm very interested to see how that turns out. It was a lot of fun, and that's it.
Thank you. Yes, that is a lot of fun, so I'm interested in seeing how that turns out as well. All right, Councilwoman Fascio.
Thank you. Yeah, I too attended the Rosedale Festival, an amazing community organization and a bunch of really nice people. So if you didn't get there this year, try to go next year. I'd like to add my voice to the speakers tonight around completing the census that I tend to call a survey. And we have a running discussion about what the name of it is. But I look around the room, and if everybody sitting here would fill it out, that would get you 30 more. Well, 28. I figure you two have done it. But I would urge people, if you haven't done it, it hopefully will be a source of information going forward in a lot of different areas. So if you haven't, please do it. And if you have, spread the word to your neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Fascio. I too attended the Rosedale Festival, and I must say it was incredible. There were so many people from all over the tri-state area, not just Penn Hills, but all of our neighboring communities came out, and it was just a wonderful time to come together and network, and the vendors were just all amazing. So Rosedale did a good job this year. They do a good job every year, but I was really glad to be in attendance this year. Also, just want to say that our roads are being paved. I know that it's a nuisance. I know that traffic is driving you crazy because it's driving me crazy. However, it is beautifying our municipality. So just be patient. It'll be over soon. It'll be over soon. So just remember that when it's done, your municipality is going to look amazing. So be patient with that. Also, I want to announce to visit Penn Hills TV on YouTube for our video broadcast of our council meetings. The next council meeting is going to be Monday, October 9th at 7 o'clock, and that will be a non-voting council meeting. The mayor has set this in order so that our residents have a time to come out and express your concerns, get your questions answered. So it's not a time where we vote, but it is a time that mayor and council loves to hear from you and what's on your heart, what's on your mind for our municipality. So please make sure that you mark that on your calendar and please plan to attend. And then on Monday, October 16th at 7 o'clock will be our council meeting, and it will be a voting meeting. So hard copies are always available of the council meetings agenda. So feel free to pick one up, and they're also available at the library now, at our Penn Hills Library. You can also pick a hard copy up from there. So I'd like to thank each of you for coming out. To all of our viewers this evening, thank you so much for tuning in. And from the mayor and council, have a wonderful week. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Hey, Sharon, we'll take this down. The MMM will sign it. Hey, Jen. Jen. Are you wearing a... That looks like a... Oh, I'm sorry.